Quo is a realm outside of the static realms. It possesses at least 3 terrestrial worlds, Akinfar, Alx, and Druixdizer. The sun of Quo is called Adro. Adro is an aperture, or a plane of Quo that is linked to the Empyrean plane, or spiritual residence, home to the dead. Akinfar and Alx have 24-hour rotation periods, while Druixdizer is tidally locked, with one side being perpetually dark and the other illuminated. The light side is referred to as Apocalypse Nova, while the dark is called Clandestiny, and the interspace is Umbriel. I wouldn't call the worlds planets, as they are stationary with the exception of their rotation. They do count years by 365, separated by an event known as Syncrosis or Communion of the Lords, an astrological occurrence marking the first day of the year. The year is then divided into 4 seasons of 3 months of 30 days, and 1 holiday. The seasons are characterized with climate change, despite the world's lack of orbit. This is due to the regular pattern of the wild elementals becoming stronger or weaker depending on what season it is. During rockfall, earth elementals become more powerful. During ashfall, fire elementals do. In thunderfall, it is air elementals, and finally in rainfall it is water elementals. The night sky of Quo is filled with lights appearing much like aurora. Their intensity and hue are prone to shifting, but generally maintain a range based on the location. The nocturnal lights allow for fair visibility during night. Due to the light's behavior and appearance corresponding to their geographical location, they are used for navigation. The gravity among Quo's various worlds is less substantial than gravity on Earth. In fact, it allows for quotients to fall at terminal velocity, landing on a hard surface and suffering no injuries. It's a factor among those responsible for the natives being capable of superhuman feats and the large scale of the fauna. The creatures of Quo are capable of passively absorbing the ethereal energy that permeates the environment, meaning starvation is technically impossible. Though they must consume the physical essence of other creatures in order to grow. The herbivore-omnivore and carnivore dynamic is present in Quotient ecology. Beasts begin at a juvenile level, and then develop until finally reaching the arch stage, becoming much larger and more powerful. When a beast dies, it does not go to Adro, or oblivion. Rather, its individual essence is in a distinct plane, making them immortal, in a sense. Upon losing their body, they will wait until being reborn in a new juvenile one, beginning the struggle for ether acquisition anew, though they do retain their memories and cosmetic appearance. This means that every contemporary creature is the same as the ones present since Spirit One, and also means that each species has a consistent population, since they do not possess the ability to reproduce. Instead, each creature is reformed inside a pseudo-egg, rapidly absorbing ether from its surroundings to form into a juvenile. These eggs are formed in locations called sanctuaries. Sanctuaries are guarded and maintained by watchers, or artificial arbiters, though other beasts would not prey on others during such an adolescent stage anyways. If a human were to abduct a beast though, it can't be under duress in captivity for long, as it will simply reset itself. Resetting refers to the event of a beast losing their body, as it is not a death, but a new beginning. There are numerous factors inhibiting the decay and entropy within Quo, such as a lack of mold and microbials to induce biodegradation. Photodegradation is likewise absent, as the light of Adro is less oppressive. It's even possible to stare at Adro without experiencing negative symptoms. Dying of exposure isn't very easy, as even stagnant water is clean and fresh. Even the oceans and seas are entirely composed of fresh water, being potable. Elementals are quasi-intelligent beings which directly influence the nature of wherever they reside. They are typically invisible to the naked eye, but can manifest in the form of a tangible avatar, taking humanoid or beastly appearances. Elementals cannot be slain, however their avatars are susceptible to being destroyed. During times of harsh natural conditions, the elementals can turn hostile. For example, during a blizzard, water elementals will attack nearby persons. During syncrosis, or communion of the Lords, Adra will dim, turning day into night for the entirety of the festival of spirit, though the false night is illuminated by the nocturnal lights. Each world will then be connected to one another by massive pillars of ethereal energy. And the stars in the sky will coalesce to form explicit constellations, imagery communicating the intelligent design of Quo, illustrations of the Maker's past, and dreams of the future. The Makers are the architects of Quo. They are responsible for the existence of the worlds, aperture, and peoples of Quo. The Hall of Arcane has no records on them besides their names borrowed by the worlds each one created. They are expected to be present, taking part in the politics and lives of the inhabitants of their respective worlds, but are anomalously absent.